Welcome. Thanks for attending our event today. I appreciate everybody coming to the ribbon cutting today in our ceremony. It's a great day for the city of Kettering, a great day for our community, a great day for the fire department. It's personally a great day for myself. I get to stand in front of you acting as the interim fire chief in the role replacing retired fire chief Terry Jones. Chief Jones proudly served our community for over 29 years. His leadership as a fire chief over the last 5 years has moved us into a 24-hour response model that responds in-house out of our new fire stations. Chief Jones provided great insight through the vision that he had for our response model and helped us work through the design and configuration of our new fire stations. Chief Jones will be sadly missed. Actually, Chief Jones will be sadly missed from myself and the department for all of the things that he provided to our community, and nothing but the best wishes for the chief. I would like to introduce to you next Mayor Patterson. Mayor Patterson, will you please address the crowd?
Welcome to the city of Kettering. This has been a long time coming. Because we wanted to do it right. We wanted to address the issues in our community for fire service, and we spent our time in doing that, and this is a culmination of that. I would like to recognize some people that I have the great privilege of serving with day in and day out, and have been instrumental in this process of our consolidation of 7 stations to 4. First of all, Rob Scott, our vice mayor, Councilwoman Amy Shrimp, Councilman Tony Kleepaz, Councilman Joe Wanamaker, Councilman Bill Lauder, and Councilman Bruce Duke. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for all you do for this community. I'd also like to recognize some additional people. Our good friend and our our past council member, Senator Peggy Lehner here. She's in the back there, and Peggy was around when we first started to talk about this process here and all, and she's gone on to do bigger and better things on our state level, and thank you, Peggy, for your service continually to this community. Also like to recognize another group of people who are instrumental in making this a great community to live, work, and place, and that's our school board. Jennifer Kane, George Bayless, Julie Gilmore, Lori Sims Parks, and also I saw Andrea White, clerk of courts. Andrea, so thank everybody for coming. Also, I'd like to say thank you to Secretary of State John Husted. John has a representative here today. John, as most of you know, was a longtime resident of the city of Kettering, and went on to run for state office, and then went on to be Speaker and Senate, and now Secretary of State. And John Husted still remains a good friend of the city of Kettering. And thanks to Staff Representative Elizabeth Hammond for coming down and presenting that to us. Kettering prides itself on innovation and an exceptional level of service to our community. This new fire station places our fire department at the cutting edge of emergency and all hazard mitigation response. We are remarkably grateful to the residents and key stakeholders who worked with our staff to develop a design that reflects the character and standards of our community. As I said, this was a process, and it was a process that involved the neighbors. And I think it would be fair to say that we weren't welcomed with open arms when we originally proposed a fire station here. Not that these folks thought that a fire station wasn't a good idea, but questioned whether this was an appropriate place for it. We recognized that it was imperative that we include these residents and these businesses into this process. And we asked two people to become involved in this and be part of this leadership and resident stakeholder committee. They not only agreed to do this, they stepped up big time, and I mean big time. They talked to their fellow residents, they had meetings with their fellow residents, and were instrumental in what you see here today. And those two people are Mark Messer and Greg Nelson, and I saw them both in the back over here. So kind of wave your hands back here so people can see where you are. You're about as far away. You're almost to your house, Mark. I can't say enough about these two gentlemen and their participation. And they were the representative for the neighborhood around here in getting something that fit in with the neighborhood. And I can remember when Mark was on vacation, he's sending us pictures by email while he's riding a bike and traveling through Europe or whatever of different fire stations and different looks that he thought might be appropriate or could be incorporated into this fire station. And Mark became a good friend through this process, and he put a lot of time and effort into this. And I think as we sit here today and you look at this gorgeous facility, that Mark would say that he's proud of what became of this. Also, Greg Nelson, I've known Greg for a long time, and Greg's been a business leader in this community and is a neighbor, and had a vested interest in making sure that what we put in here also complemented his facility there. And Greg worked tirelessly like Mark, meeting after meeting, idea after idea, meeting with the architects, asking if we could do this, bringing back response from the residents and everything. And I keep talking about that because, excuse me, that was something that was amazing that came out of this, was the spirit of cooperativeness, the spirit of working together as a community. And I was so happy, excuse me, and proud to have been involved with that. And again, to Greg and Mark and the residents within the community here, thank you. The modern facilities and technologies featured in this new fire station and the remaining three we will build in the coming years give us what we need to provide excellent emergency services to our residents and businesses. These buildings will be more than fire stations. They will also house training facilities for our emergency responders, an emergency operations center that will serve as a hub for the coordination in the event of a disaster, and critical backup facilities for our emergency dispatch system. What a proud day this is in the city of Kettering. And we're all here because of a lot of work from a lot of people. And I think it just goes to show when a community comes together, what can happen. And congratulations to all of you that are here. Congratulations to all of you for whatever part you may have taken in this. And we look forward for these stations to serve us for the next 50 years. Chief?
Thank you, Mayor Patterson. On behalf of myself and the fire department, we appreciate all your hard work and dedication to the department. We appreciate the council's input. We couldn't have done anything like this without you, so we appreciate that. I would like to begin by recognizing some of our distinguished city directors that are in attendance today. City Manager Mark Schwederman, Assistant City Manager Steve Bergstresser, Public Service Director Dave Durich, Police Chief Chip Protzman, Law Director Ted Hamer, Human Resource Director Sarah Mills, Planning Development Director Tom Robillard, Finance Director Nancy Gregory, Administrative Systems Director Drew Miller, Parks and Recreation Cultural Arts Director Mary Beth Thaman. Thank you for being here. I would like to take this opportunity as well to personally thank Greg Nelson and Mark Messer for all of their input and help through the design and construction project that we had here. They were instrumental in this project, as the mayor said, and I truly appreciate all the help that they gave me through this process. So thanks to both of you. I would also like to introduce one key staff member that played an instrumental role in assisting myself and the fire department through the design and process of building this facility and working on our next facility. Rob Baker, Assistant Public Works Director. Rob, thanks for all your hard work. There's many hours working through problems and working through solutions, and I think everything worked out great, and I appreciate all your help. Our department appreciates that as well. I would also like to thank Tim Beamit from App Architectural and Broomball Construction for our project. Both of them are working on our new facility at Station 36 as well, over on Hempstead and Glenstead. So thank you for all your hard work. As I mentioned earlier, this is a great day for the fire department. We are excited. Our personnel that moved in several weeks ago started operating out of this facility. Love the facility. Why wouldn't they? This is a great place to work. Through all of the design and all of their input, we've put together a firehouse that not only serves our needs for our emergency response today, but into the future. We have been hit with many federal and state mandates for preparedness, and this facility, as well as our next several facilities, will help us with our contemporary all hazards mitigation response model to serve our community not only today, but tomorrow and many years into the future. As we progress, we'll do a ribbon cutting ceremony shortly. And following the ribbon cutting ceremony, our crews, we entertain you to meet with our crews. We'll take you through tours of the firehouse and show you what a phenomenal facility that we have here today. At this time, I'd like to invite up for the ribbon cutting City Council, City Administration, and our elected officials to participate. Thank you again.